All right. Again, listen, you all. I only got 1,800 seconds. I told you all that only 1,800 seconds. And of course, I'm reading from this book. You can run on over to Amazon.com and get it. It's Billboards to Better. Or you can run over to my website, take a look at gbcutler.com. Hang on to this quote. Even if it doesn't come from God, it has to come through God. Nothing that comes to harm you is going to catch God by surprise. Let me give you the backstory to this quote. I was having a conversation some time ago with someone who dared to challenge me about where was God while some bad things were happening. And it's not as if I had to defend God because I really don't. My attempt was to explain my comfort with God's sovereignty and my comfort with God allowing whatever He allowed. And I had to explain my comfort, you all, because I'm telling you all this. Sometimes life beats us up. Am I happy in the midst of all that? Am I thrilled in the midst of all that? No, absolutely not. Because sometimes life beats us up. Sometimes life piles on the weight. Sometimes life will overwhelm us. And the only thing we can try to do, hear me clearly, and the only thing we can try to do is process our condition in a way that takes us out before it takes us under. It's not about what happens to us in life. It's not about what comes to us or comes our way or comes in our mind. I'm telling y'all, one of the things that we have got to learn to do is process what's going on in such a way that it takes us out, that our processing takes us out of it before it takes us under. And so what I found myself doing in this particular situation, that conversation, I explained at the time my current position. And my position was whatever happens as it pertained to me in that particular moment, God would do one of two things. He would either halt or He would hide. He would either halt, He would stop it, or He would hide me from it. And although my life is not worry free, my life is not trouble free, my life is not problem free, the narrative of my life would suggest that I've had a whole lot of times, you all, a whole lot of times when trouble, I'm telling you all, when the trouble was on the way, but it was either subverted, diverted, or averted. Because God knows how to take, when it comes to trouble, He knows how to take away its power. He knows how to prevent it altogether, or He knows how to redirect it and make it go another way. Because if He does not halt it, He knows how to hide me from it. The weapon might form, hear me clearly, the weapon might form, but trust that God will halt or hide. If He doesn't halt the weapon, He will hide you from it. Some of us have survived things that took other people to the grave. Some of us have dodged bullets, avoided accidents, overcome sicknesses, triumphed through disease. And it's not because God loves us any more than He loved the other person, but it was because there was a certain kind of grace that carried us in the moment. And I often say this, and one day I'll probably talk about this quote when it comes to grace. I often say this, you all, that because of grace, some of us have stood on battlefields where we should have died, but we walked away whole. And guess what? Even if we didn't walk away whole, at least we walked away alive. God knows how, when it comes to trouble, He knows how to either halt it or hide me from it. So none, absolutely none of the activities and events of the day, none of them catch God by surprise. Not a health crisis, not a pandemic, not social injustice, not racial disharmony, not economic disparity, not political impasses, none of them, absolutely none of them catches God by surprise. So whatever is going on, God knows it all. So I encourage you to have a conversation with Him, kind of like I do. Can I just share my conversation, the one that I have with Him? I ask Him, God, if you don't halt it, at least hide me from it. Because I have a promise that in the time of trouble, you will hide me.